At Boston Connor, your team is not in the Super Bowl.
No.
You're pulling for Tom, though, because you feel like he's a part of your childhood?
Yeah, I might as well pull for Tom. Like I said, you get to see greatness, 7 Super Bowls. Also have a future bet on the Bucs to win it all. But as you just mentioned with Sorensen, Honey Badger has pretty good value at MVP. He's covering Gronk. He gets a pick 6. He might sneak in there, actually.
The thought of, but the issue is Honey Badger is a rover. I'm just going to rove, Coach.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a roam around. If he just is locked up on Gronk, that takes him away from a lot of other things that he potentially does. I don't think they'll be able to do that, right? I think it'll be probably Sorensen and somebody else, because you got to let Tyron do his thing, because he's all over the place. But that's not a bad game. Just like, hey, Jason Pierre-Paul plus 10,000, Shaq Barrett plus 5,000. If you can get to a quarterback in a quarterback game, now you're going to have to really get to the quarterback. I mean, they just paid Patrick Mahomes $500 million. If they win, they're going to want him to have a couple Super Bowl MVPs.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It's going to be, even if Travis Kelce dominates, which, by the way, we hope he does. I assume Patrick Mahomes is going to get a couple of Super Bowl MVPs. Not saying that's right, wrong, or indifferent, because without Patrick Mahomes, none of that works. But that's quarterback-driven league, especially whenever you give them $500 million. But is Tom Brady guaranteed to win it if the Bucs win? You know what I mean? Like, that's also the thought in this entire thing. Because let's say Jason Pierre-Paul. He does get 5-6 sacks or something. Strip sack, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Does that whole thing. Bucks win. Who gets, at this point, do you think BA potentially goes, Tom, this guy's never going to get a Super Bowl MVP ever again?
Ever.
And he gives it to him? Or do you think it's like, no, got to go to Tom Brady because he's the guy of all time? Yeah. That's like the interesting thing. Is it even worth betting on anybody else whenever you start thinking about that? I put a little bit of money on the plus 10,000 for sure on Pierre-Paul. But it is interesting to see how that entire thing will get handled.